Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Vitaly, a streamer who was recently arrested in the Philippines for acting a fool, for being a dumbass, for going around and harassing locals, trying to take a security guard's gun. Today we're going to be talking about how much time this dumb motherfucker might be facing in a Filipino prison. Yup, and it's not looking too good for this dumb fuck.
This scumbag IRL influencer can now be facing up to multiple decades in prison in the Philippines, all because he live streamed himself harassing strangers in the street, mall security guards, and stealing multiple items, including a mall security bike.
Imagine being this stupid, bro. Going to the Philippines to harass a bunch of people, to terrorize the civilians walking around the street, just living their normal day-to-day life. These people are broke, bro. They're fed up. And a foreigner going around and acting like this is just a bad look for everybody, bro. Like, honestly, I think he deserves all the time, dude. I hope he gets 25 years in prison. That would be hilarious, bro. Because fuck this guy. This guy's a dumb clown who gives no intrinsic value to the world and deserves to rot in a Filipino jail cell. Fuck this guy. Also, is it just me or does something like this happen every year, bro? Last year, wasn't there some dumb kid who got arrested in some Asian country, bro? Why do they always go to the Asian countries to terrorize people? I guess it's because Asians are seen as non-threatening and not so assertive, so they think they could just walk all over these little Asian people. Even when a country like the Philippines gives very strict punishment. For example, if you're caught with drugs at all in the Philippines, bro, you're going to be murdered, dude. That's a crime punishable by death.
Obviously, we're talking about the case surrounding Vitaly, who was an American-Russian YouTuber who was one of the largest prank channels back in the day, who unfortunately lost his mind and ended up serving some time due to horrifically attacking a jogger in Miami. But recently, he came back to the internet, and he's came back to the internet a few times, but in the most recent time, he decided to come back to the internet and essentially be a knockoff Johnny Somali for some reason, and in his comeback, he was definitely not wise when it comes to picking the country to be a nuisance in. The Philippines. I don't know why you would ever want to come to the Philippines and go live with the title Disturbing the Peace in the Philippines, as that is probably one of the last countries I would ever want to have that title in my stream, let alone go around and harass people and then steal multiple items while live streaming yourself doing so. It's like the influencer version of Darwinism.
Let's be real though, guys. Every influencer is retarded to some degree, including myself. All influencers fall into only a few different camps. There are the influencers who make original content like a Mr. Beast. There's a type of influencer also in that category who make like really dope videos about like specific topics and ideas. Those are some of my favorite YouTubers, to be honest. Then we have the commentary fuckheads like myself. Basically, we just bully people for fun, and people like seeing that shit. There's a few different subcategories of these motherfuckers. There's the little soy boys who take the moral high ground and only make videos about people who intimidate them. And then the third category are these pranksters, bro, that go on the street harassing people for no fucking reason, being a nuisance to everybody around. You know, the Vitalys, the Neons, who's that big black guy that goes around and like fucking starts fights with everybody, but everybody's kind of scared of him because he's tall and black. Fuck, I forget what that guy's name is, but people like that, you know, and these are the worst breed of influencers. These people deserve life in prison for all I'm concerned. You guys make us look way worse than we are, okay? Somebody like me, you know, I'm not the best guy or anything, but I'm not going around fucking harassing people. I just do it online.
And his actions are definitely catching up to him here now because he was just perp walked out in front of the entire country.
Secretary John Vic Remulla will now make a statement.
Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat.
Yeah, the smirk he had during his arrest and mugshot, that's completely gone. Dude, he was warned multiple times. He didn't care. He just openly embraced going to jail in the Philippines on his stream. And now he's in even more trouble than what I think he's ever been in his life. And that really, really sets the bar when you look at his situation that happened in Miami. Because if you have a horrific attack on your record and somehow you're in more trouble than what you were then, oh boy. So what are they charging him for?
Vitaly engaged in multiple disruptive and inappropriate acts, including attempting to kiss and grab him, trying to seize his service firearm, taking videos of him without consent, mocking other security guards, and vlogging without a permit in BGC. Also, in Vitaly's latest video in BGC, nakita siyang sumasakay ng patrol motorcycle na walang abiso.
Oh wow, there's just a whole plethora of charges here that can be disastrous for him. They're also talking not just fully English, they're speaking Tagalong with English, which I think they call Taglish. So I had to transcribe a lot of this to actually understand what is going on and then run it through ChatGPT and then have ChatGPT essentially tell me what they were saying. So it's not fully spot on yet, but that's what happens when we're trying to break this news. So here we have, I guess, the charges against Vitaly, which aren't 100% set in stone from what I can tell, because he just kind of threw out a lot of the things that happened that they're investigating him for. So first you have unjust vexation, which is engaging in behavior that caused annoyance and distress to others. Then you have alarm and scandal, which is actions that disturb public peace and order. Then you had attempted theft, which was trying to unlawfully take a security guard's firearm. That's a serious charge. That is, like, did this happen after my coverage? I don't remember that being on the stream that I skimmed through. That is a serious charge. Then you have the 2 counts of theft if they go after him for taking the motorcycle and the industrial fan, and then also that face mask, but they returned the face mask pretty quickly. So we'll see what they do there. Then you have the threatening to rob an old lady as well. But what I didn't know until now is apparently if you steal a motorcycle in the Philippines, you can actually get up to life in prison. And this is all due to a newer and stricter law they put in place around 2016. Now, will he get life in prison? There's no way. But the fact that you would even go to a country and do something that can give you a maximum of life in prison is insane. I am seeing multiple locals say that he could be facing up to 24 years in prison, as it's up to 12 years for each of the counts of theft there. And that's just the theft cases alone.
Yeah, bro. So in other words, Vitaly is cooked, and I might get my way, bro. He might actually die in prison. Like he deserves, bro. All his muscles are gonna fucking shrink away when he's off steroids, bro. He's gonna get raped by a little Filipino man. He's gonna feel how it feels to be humiliated himself, I think. But yeah, but that's basically all I wanted to talk about with this case. Like, obviously, this guy's a fucking scumbag and deserves every fucking year he gets. I hope that they throw the book at him and he gets like 50 years. Because honestly, that would be hilarious. That'd be a hilarious end to this fucking scumbag's career, bro. So, yeah, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.